the seen and the unseen war. Sometimes we think that we have seen it all.
Undeniable is the fact that we can see everything that surrounds us. Even with the help of science, we manage to detect much more what is visible to the naked eye or ear or touch. And again, scientists will tell you that we're able to see no more than 0.5% of what's out there, of what they call an ordinary matter. Particles, forces, and processes dominate the reality around us. Nonetheless, it still remains unknown to us, most of it. Jesus lived 2,000 years ago, but he had some troubling comments to make regarding this unseen to the naked eye reality.
There are many dimensions of what we experience and many things that we can't see with our eyes, but we can see with our other senses. But sometimes we can be looking at something, staring at it, and not see. We could be also looking at the same thing and see completely different things, depending of our perspective, the angle, our experience, and so on. When talking about spiritual realities, it gets even more complicated than that. This week the lessons focus on many verses, but it focuses mainly on two in Matthew chapter 11, and the verses are 11 and 12.
And I know that I'm not going to surprise anyone with my following statement, namely that people love to compare themselves with other people. Men compare and measure themselves with men, and women compare themselves with women. So a statement from Jesus like this one in Matthew 11:11 shouldn't surprise us. Truly, I tell you, among those born of women there has not been risen anyone greater than John the Baptist. Yet, whoever is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he is. It's so close to our nature to compare. And although it sounds like a simple mathematical comparison, for us, having no knowledge of where the reality of where Jesus comes from, makes it one of the most puzzling and most difficult unsolvable expression. What follows in verse 12 just proves and underlines our inability to tackle what is unseen.
Before we move on though, still in verse 11, there is so much here, maybe even more from what we can see, but some of the things that we can see are the values are different here and in the kingdom of God. Greatness has a different meaning from what we are used to. John the Baptist was part of something great, and there is something starting from the time of John the Baptist, and here is where verse 12 comes in, just to confuse us a little bit more though. What it says in NIV: from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of God has been subjected to violence, and violent people have been raiding it.
Verse 12. Grammatical difficulties with translation, ambiguous interpretations of the meaning of the words. What else? What does Jesus really see that we can see to make such a statement and break the news in the evening cast? One is clear. He sees a battle, a struggle. He sees people and other forces violently confronted.
The author spends significant attention in the interpretation of this text, so please check the lesson. If I have to put it in my own words, from the days of John the Baptist, it's the beginning of the end. The kingdom of God is coming to our world, and someone is not liking it. Someone is furious about it. Someone is about to be defeated, and he gathers all his might, all his rage, ready for a violent battle. The concept of a battle between good and bad, the forces of evil and the positive ones, is common and popular, but the understanding of the controversy between Satan and God, the problem with the separation, our separation from God, and what is the resolution of the problem and our redemption, help us to understand things differently, to see things differently, and to make sense of what is happening around us and with us.
So do we see the reality of this conflict, and can I detect the moments or the powers that intervene in my own life? How knowing of the certainty of this battle directs my life? All these questions provoked in this lesson. If we follow Christ, we should be sensitive, we should be alarmed the same way Jesus was.
The battle is nasty. Satan will do anything to mess with our head, to play with our emotions, our weaknesses, our desires, with our ambitions, anything. He will mess also with our confidence of being on the right side too, planting doubts or helping us feel overconfident. Even John the Baptist was feeling lost. What's happening? Why is Jesus not delivering me? Maybe he is not the one.
Sometimes when I look at the relationship between Jesus and John the Baptist, it looks distant, it looks formal, considering that they were cousins, they were family. The Bible even does not reveal much more emotional or family-based connection between them. But what the Bible reveals is that their lives, both of their lives, were tuned to the view of the same reality that they were living. Reality that we were talking so much about it, and this is where their connection was. And it's undeniable the strength that both were able to extract in their lives from revealing this exact reality to the point of death.
Are we battling for a lost cause? What side are we on? The war was won, but there are still choices to be made. And this is our personal, most important battle.
After all, the Bible is not just a book of stories and legends from some ancient cultures or civilizations. It reveals a reality that is timeless. It carries the bad news, but also the good news.